Hello, this is me, Sam here for WoopaGaming, and today I'm going to be showing you the GeexMines plugin for Bucket by GeekXboy. So, what this plugin does, as the name suggests, is it allows you to create mines in your Minecraft Bucket world, which players can run over and get killed by. So just going to quickly show you what a mine looks like. So I'm going to place one down, I'll show you how to do this later, and then you can see the particle effects coming off at the mine there. This is disableable, and a player can run over it. Boom, explosion, much death, and you can see the massive crater has been created, and hopefully the player would have got damaged had they been in survival mode. So I'm going to show you how this plugin works. So the first thing you'll notice there is to create a mine, all you need is an iron shovel, and in your inventory you need gunpowder. And it requires, well, by default it requires 2 gunpowder to create a mine. So if I just right click on the block, it will take 2, and you can see there the smoke's coming off it, and you can see that that is in fact a live landmine. If you have economy installed, it will cost you 100, and you'll see why in a second. But you can disable that again in the config and make it higher or lower depending on what you like. Okay, so that's how a landmine is created. Obviously if I run over it, there'll be a big explosion. And then I can also disable it by using shears. So say I planted this landmine here, and another player spots it and goes, oh, I don't want to step over that because I'm going to get blown up. If they have a pair of shears and they go over it to it and right click it, they can actually disable the landmine. So this is where the particle effects have an effect, because players can see the particles above the landmine, and so they will be able to see it and disable it. But if you actually disable the particle effects in the config, then obviously players won't be able to see it and they can just run over it and die. But if they do disable it, then that's quite some skill. So if you don't want it, you want it to be more tricky, I guess, then set it in the config to not have particle effects. But you also notice that I received 50 for defusing the landmine, so you get half back what you paid. So it cost me 100 to create a landmine, and it cost me 50 to defuse it. So I do lose money if I place it in the wrong place. But where I do gain money is if I find another player's landmine, then I can potentially defuse all their landmines and gain money from it, which is quite a nice little way of doing it. Okay, so that's how to create the landmines and defuse them using the items. But you can also do the same thing using commands. So if I go over here and I use lm create, that will create a landmine without having to right click with the shovel. And I can do lm list, and that will list all the locations of the current landmines. So you can see there's only one at the moment at that location. I then do lm diffuse, and that will diffuse the landmine without having to use the shears. What's cool is that you can give both the permission command and the item command separately. So if you want your players to use the items only and not use commands, then you can just give them the permission nodes, which will just use the items, and they won't be able to use commands, which is quite a nice addition. Finally, the last command for completeness is lm reload, and that just reloads the landmines config. So you can change it and then reload it, and you should have all the changes immediately. So yeah, this is the GeekX Landmines plugin. It's a really cool plugin. If you had like a factions, then a faction server, then you could potentially have like a defensive structure around you, stop other clans and factions going to your base. And you see I just made a nice defensive perimeter around myself, which cost me a fair bit, but there you go. Okay then, so this has been me, Sam here for WoopaGaming, signing out.